everybody, it's Brandy and I am finally back with a new video. It's been a long time since I've created one, and to be honest, I've even recorded a few and haven't even gotten to uploading them. But I've got my new bookshelf here. I'm gonna start working on my YA soon. And so I thought, let's get back to recording because there are some amazing books coming out lately and I have to show you what I got. So I have started ordering from a place called First Book. It's www.firstbook.org. It is an organization that supplements the costs of books for teachers, and because I am a teacher at a Title I school and also a project leader for a project-led book club in Houston, I have the amazing opportunity of being able to use their resources for my students and teachers. First Book has an amazing selection of books. They're very thoughtful about the inclusion and diversity of the books that they offer and are able to supplement. So let me show you what I got in one of my latest orders. The first book I have is I Am Enough. This is a lyrical piece that talks about how to have self-respect and how to trust yourself. And you know what? We're not perfect, but we are the best that we can be. This is a great piece for every classroom, especially elementary. And fun part is we have a book character parade every year. Last year, our special ed team dressed all in a yellow top and a purple headband. It was a beautiful thing. They ended up winning our competition for best team. And this book being the driver is just an amazing message for any classroom or home. I also got The Girl Who Thought in Pictures. This is a story of Temple Grandin, and First Book even has their own editions of some books. So Dr. Temple Grandin is one of the world's quirkiest science heroes. She was diagnosed with autism. No one expected her to talk, let alone become one of the most powerful voices in modern history. I've seen this book out a lot. I get the privilege of serving on a literacy board called the Texas Association of Literacy Education, and this was one of the books that the Autism Center in Baylor that we raised funds for, they requested, and so I am so excited. I ended up donating a copy as well to them. But this is a really neat way, especially for our students who may be on the spectrum, and not even our students, guys, for the parents as well. We have to remember that they need support as well. And it's just a great book really for any student to know that when we work hard and we stay true to our passion, we can do anything. I also got a copy of The Rabbit Listened. I checked this out at the library and fell in love with it. It's talking about when you get angry, you might want to do different things, and the animals come in and ask if he wants to do certain things to his tower and act like different animals and do all these actions, if you will. But the truth is he just wanted to sit there and talk to his rabbit, and the rabbit listened and he ended up feeling better. This is a great piece for social emotional learning. It's great to have in your circle time as teachers, and even to talk with your own kids about anger and how we cope with things not going our way. Again, it's him playing with blocks, so you could put it into any situation that you want, but it is a beautiful picture book. I love it and I'm so excited I have my copy now. How beautiful is this cover? This book is called The Remember Balloons. This is about a boy who has a grandpa with Alzheimer's. The memories of the grandpa as far as weddings and family events and all of that are considered his balloons. And with the Alzheimer's, it's like he loses the balloons. He's losing his memories. And so it's a great book for kids who might have grandparents or other family members or friends who are dealing with Alzheimer's. It is a beautiful story. In it, the balloons are colored, but not many of the other pieces. It's a great way to talk to kids about Alzheimer's, especially if they're going to visit a family member or a friend in one of those facilities. It's a beautiful book. I also got Planting Stories. This is the life of librarian and storyteller Pura Belpré. And in this, I believe she's Puerto Rican. Yeah, she's the first Puerto Rican librarian in New York City. So many of the books maybe that you enjoy, they have the opportunity to win the Pura Belpré award. This is, y'all, I mean, just look at the cover. It's absolutely beautiful. There's lots of extra information in the back to tell about her life, a great author's note. But it's just a wonderful story, especially for a literacy classroom, and then also to bring in that diversity if you have students if you have students from Puerto Rico, and just a great inclusive book. This is great for Hispanic Heritage Month that we're in the middle of as I'm recording, and we're doing all this wonderful celebration and helping kids recognize all the great contributions that people of Hispanic descent have had on our communities. And so this is a great book. It's beautiful. I know your kids will love it. I also got a copy of Beauty and the Beast because it's Cynthia Ryland's work, and her work is wonderful. And again, I am a sucker for a beautiful cover. Kind of reminds me even of Elsa with the new, with the new Frozen 2 coming out soon. But again, I just am a fan of Cynthia Ryland's work. She wrote to me and my students one year, like 10 years ago, so I continue to love her. But it's just a great book. It was a great price. I think they were $2 at First Book, so yay, I'm glad to have it. I took a class this during lunch, during the TCEA. They have a Lunch and Learn series, and they were talking about STEM in K through 2 classrooms, and so they have a lot of STEM activities with picture books, and particularly picture books of fairy tales and folk tales, and so I'm kind of excited. I may have to dig in and kind of see where we could do some STEM activities through there. I also got a copy of A Boy Called Slow. One of the teachers that I coached last year was reading this book to her students and said that I would love it. This is about a Native American boy. He's just slow to come around to the traditions in his tribe, but he ends up saving the day from another tribe coming upon them. It is written by Joseph Bruchac, who writes a lot of historical fiction pieces, but it actually is the true story of Sitting Bull. So he did gather a lot of information to be able to talk about how Sitting Bull became to be a savior for his people and ended up being very influential in our history as well. I was so excited to see We Don't Eat Our Classmates at First Book. This story any kid will love. This is by Ryan T. Higgins. He is the author of Bruce the Bear series, which is hysterical. He's got a great sense of humor and a great Twitter account. This is just a story about the T-Rex learning how not to eat his classmates when he gets upset. It's a great book at the beginning of school, or even for some of your students who may not be great at following the directions. But it is such a good tale. You are sure to win any kid over. They will be glued to their seats, laughing their bellies off when you read this piece. In this order, I also got 3 chapter books. I finally got Stella Diaz Has Something to Say. This is really great. This is about a girl, Stella Diaz, who is her native language is Spanish, and she's in an English classroom. She loves to make friends and talk, and so unfortunately her best friend doesn't make it in her new classroom, but there's a new kid that she wants to befriend. But sometimes she accidentally speaks Spanish instead of English, and so it just talks about those inner confidence struggles that you have when you're learning 2 languages or even learning 1 language, and it is a great book to have in all of your ESL classrooms, your bilingual classrooms. I have the amazing opportunity to work with students who are acquiring English, and it takes so much out of you with your thinking and what language you think in and translating in your head. And this is such a great piece. It talks so much about that. Great piece for a 3rd, 4th, 5th grade classroom. I also got president of the whole 5th grade, again, because of a teacher that I coach. This had a really neat conversation in there about government. We have to teach that even as young as 2nd grade, but it puts it into a great context where this girl is running for school president. Great representation as well. This is part of a series. She also has president of the whole 6th grade. So if your kids love it, there's another for the 6th grade school year too. And finally, the last book in this order is The Stars Beneath Our Feet. This is about a boy who loves Legos. Can you see them down here? But he's having a hard time adjusting. His brother, his older brother, has passed away, and then one of his other friends has got shot. So he's dealing internally with, you know, obviously feelings of safety, but then overwhelming amounts of grief and how to move on from his brother's death. This is a piece of our Project Lit book club, so if you're interested, let me know and I can hook you up with all of those resources, or just join us on Twitter. But this is a great piece and I'm excited to get to read it. It's made for ages 10 and up, so thinking about our 4th and 5th grade classrooms a little bit, but I am so excited. And that's all I have in this order. Thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you to First Book. You are an amazing company. You have really helped me gather some resources for students and teachers as well, and I cannot wait to continue our partnership together. You guys are an amazing company. Everybody else, listeners, readers, I hope that you've enjoyed these books. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!